Welcome in, folks. Prince Viking _ on Twitch. We're just going to go through this new killer, Mastermind, and the survivors. Stick with us. We're going to give us our opinions, thoughts, and what it's all about. The Mastermind. This is that gentleman right here. The perks are very, very interesting. So the first one, superior autonomy. This one, if you chase survivor within 8 meters when they fast vault a window, pallet, etc., you are gonna vault through that location 40% faster. Now, is that at survivor speed, just under, just over? I mean, who knows? But you are gonna be absolutely on top of that survivor after that first vault. Now, yes, they're gonna, if they're good at using a gym and there's 2 windows by, they can ultimately still keep you quite busy because there's a 30-second cooldown. However, you pair this up with bamboozle, you might force them to use the killer shack pallet, right? So the pallets are being used, that the resource that is limited, remove them out of the game. It makes it easier towards the middle and the end game on that 3rd, 4th, 5th chase. It's an interesting perk. I mean, how well will it play out? Not sure, but it definitely could shut some loop zones down. Perk number 2, awakened awareness. This one's incredible. Like, you can see survivors in 20 meters while you're carrying another survivor. So if you add perks on board, mad grit, agitation, and so on, where you can walk around the map with that survivor on your shoulder to find out the auras of our survivors. You pair this up with Starstruck as well, right? It could be very interesting because the moment you walk around that map and you see the aura of that survivor, when you drop the body, you still see them for 2 seconds. You know, a Death Singer, you've got a harpoon, you've got a range attack, a huntress, a nurse, a blight charging for them. You know, they are more than likely going to go down, especially if they're unaware of you running that perk. It's going to be almost like a Scratch Mirror Myers for a small amount of time. Just a mini version of it. And with Starstruck, it could be interesting. Now, why do I say Starstruck? 40-meter terror radius on this killer. And with perks, you can extend that. So this could be absolutely brutal and really powerful for a killer. It's very excited to see what happens here. And with using this one. And if it changes before it's released. Terminus, a very interesting perk as well. 99 in gates. Don't think that's going to happen anymore. If it does, well, the moment that final gen's done, any injured, downed or hooked survivor has the broken status. They can't be healed. So they've got that injured status. They're 1 state from being put into the dying state. And unless the gates are opened, that broken status is infinite. So you've got time to go around, find those survivors, down them, put them on hooks. You can create more mayhem with no way out. Even more incredible. And if they do open that gate to then turn the broken status to a 30-second timer before it disappears, well, now there's a 2-minute endgame timer. And if that survivor's going to go in and then save and try and find those other survivors, well, Blood Warden, you might happen to bump into one of them and they're trapped in that map. Yes, it's all situational, but it could be very interesting endgame plays, which we do love. That endgame, the team that saves each other, the team that tries to take the killer and tries to get every one of their survivor friends out. It's going to be very interesting endgame plays. Right, let's move on to survivors. 2 new survivors, folks. Ada Wong and Rebecca Chambers. 6 perks for the survivor team. Let's go through Ada's first. So,
I guess
Ada's got
a few more minutes for you.
Wiretap. I mean, after repairing a generator for 33%, the perk activates. Right? So, you repair a generator for at least 3 seconds. You press the ability 1. Okay? You are then going to add a wiretap to that generator. All survivors can see it. It's highlighted in yellow, that generator. Not only that, when the killer enters within a 14-meter of that trap generator, the killer's aura is shown to all survivors. Now, ultimately, they damage the generator, the wiretap's gone. But at least you've got information on where the killer is in the map and what location they are, allowing you maybe to focus in a different area and get an objective done, a totem, another generator, a heal, whatever it is. So paired with Dark Sense, that could be really, really powerful. It's going to be very interesting. Reactive Healing. So if another survivor loses their health state within 32 meters radius around you while you're injured, your healing progressions increase by 35%. So you can heal faster. Okay? Low profile is another one that probably won't be on that list either. For 90 seconds, you hide your scratch marks and pools of blood if you're the last survivor. Now, the effectiveness of this is, if you're trying to escape the map, you can sprint around, no pools of blood, no scratch marks, open the gate to a certain point without getting the lights on, run away, killer comes, killer goes, sprint back, open the gate, you're out of the match. So it will kind of give you that opportunity to escape as a last survivor standing. But does it outweigh other perks in the game while you're doing those 5 generators? You know, exhaustion perks you might use, team perks, prove thyself. I'm not too sure. But it's a perk. It can be used, it can be put into a build, and I'm sure it'll be quite fun. And it will give some survivors that escape that they otherwise wouldn't have. Okay, let's go over to Rebecca Chambers. Now, Rebecca Chambers, again, 3 perks. Better than new. So you complete a healing action on a survivor. They get a 6% speed boost on repairing generators, healing, cleansing, opening chests. For 35 seconds, though, at its top tier. Now, that isn't too much. It's a boost. I think we worked out that it might be, if you had that for a full 90 seconds of a generator, you might take 5 or just over 5 seconds off the generator, if I'm correct. So if 35 seconds is just above a third, so, you know, of 90 seconds, the time it takes to do a generator. So you might be gaining 2 seconds progress on a generator, and I'm not sure that's that effective. I mean, any progression is better than none, but there's other perks that might be more effective than this one. Reassurance. Now this is honestly, for me, this is the perk that is going to change up the game. You get into a 6-meter radius around a hook survivor and you use your reassurance. They have 30 more seconds on that hook. That's a maximum of 90 seconds on first hook. However, there's a 40-second cooldown. So 2 of your teammates could be over fixing gens. You could wait 40 seconds. It doesn't say you can't use it again. Pop it again. They've got another 30 seconds on that hook. Or you could go off, go and do your gen. If another one of your team members, your survivors, is using it, they could come in and pop 30 seconds. Now, if you can only use it once, then we'll wait to see if that's released when it's released in the patch. But at the moment, it doesn't say you only use it once. It just says there's a cooldown of 40 seconds. So this could be absolutely brilliant, which will stop or at least try to prevent killers from camping. They still can, but at least the other survivors have that opportunity to get all the gens done and then decide whether they want to sort of be altruistic and come in for that save. But it's going to make a very interesting game and maybe a very boring game for the killer, because they'll be like, damn, they've got reassurance. And they'll just be standing by that hook for 3-4 minutes. Some killers might want to do that, but it definitely is going to reduce camping, I believe. And it's going to make for some interesting plays. Will the killer break their stance of camping? Or knowing that they could be there for minutes? Or are they going to go... Or are they just going to stand there and take one survivor and get very little blood points? Because obviously the closer you are to the hook, the less points you get. So I think that's an absolute awesome addition to Survivor, the Survivor perks. Brilliant. Hyper focus is interesting. So after hitting a great skill check while repairing or healing, you gain a token. You can have up to 6 of them. Every token increases the skill trigger by 2%, so more chance of getting one, and the speed of the cursor movement by 4%. But by hitting a greater skill check, you have 30% boost of its base. The bonus progression is 30% of its base value. So depending on how fast those cursors are and how easy it is to hit them, it could be a really good perk to individually, instead of maybe prove thyself, to individually be able to speed up gen progression. So it could be very interesting. We'll wait to see. We need to see this in action. But yeah, that is Rebecca Chambers' perks. Folks, that's the perks for Killer and Survivor. We're going to leave you with some gameplay footage of the Mastermind, and I do hope you enjoy it.
I expected more from you. Seven minutes is all I can spare to play with you. Playtime is over. Is that all you have? Do you actually think you can defeat me? Too bad you won't make it much further.
If you've enjoyed the content, honestly, I'll leave a description to my Twitch page down below. Feel free to pop over to lives. Thank you for watching. Feel free to subscribe, hit the notification button or the like button to let me know your feedback. Any comments are welcome, please leave them. Again, good luck in your games. Good luck in the fog. Can't wait to see Adam Wong, Rebecca Chambers, and the Mastermind in the actual live game after PTB. Very, very excited for it. You have a great day.